Hi friends, today I am going to take basically not the gadget, very important engineering topic which is left since maybe 7-8 months. I am telling I will take air conditioning. So I took basic engineering subjects like bearings, belts, compressors, waters, then clean room applications. Those all the things I have taken. But today I am going to take air conditioning. It is not air conditioning for the domestic purpose. It is called actually HVAC, heating, ventilation and air conditioning or refrigeration system. So it is very important topic for any industries, basically food process, chemical, painting. So whatever the almost all companies, 90% companies have air conditioning system they require, except maybe some automobiles, maybe in painting they may be requiring, I don't know. So but otherwise except auto and auto auxiliaries, other than that normally all industries, maximum industries requires air conditioning system. So why air conditioning? So we know only air conditioning means only keeping the room temperature. No, there are three conditions for the air conditioning. One is temperature control, second is humidity control, third is air movement circulation. So even the how much quantity of air and how many changes of air is required in the system. So these three things, air movement and your humidity and temperature, are the basic things. Then what are the types of the air conditioning? There are basically three types of air conditioning. One is the vapor compression system, where there is a compressor is used. 70, 80 or 90% of the companies, almost all companies use this only. That vapor absorption system I am taking you afterwards. Then the steam jet system. Then what is 1 ton of refrigeration means? 1 ton of refrigeration means freezing 1 ton of liquid water or 1000 kg of liquid water at 0 degree temperature within 24 hours is called a 1 ton of refrigeration. 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to 3.5 kilowatt hours in electrical terms. In heating terms, basically 200 BTU, which is thermal unit per minute. These are the conversion things basically. So I will talk about the what is the most important factor in the air conditioning basically. Again, in compressor there are types of compressor. One is your centrifugal compressor, reciprocating compressor, then comes rotary compressors basically. In reciprocating compressor there are again open type, and another one is your hermetically sealed compressors, which are used in your domestic fridges and domestic purposes. So mostly in fridges these are the compressors are used. So this is very important factor when you are designing any air conditioning system. So basically it requires how much the machine load is there, what is the area, and how many people are coming in that area, and what is the peak temperature in the season to season. It varies. By considering all those things, air conditioning is designed. And what is the your purification system of the air? So what are the types of filtration you need? So their pre-filters are there, then absolute filters, which are absolute filters are basically the HEPA filters, high efficiency particulate air filter, which efficiency is 99.8%. So very high efficiency. These are throwaway. These filters are used in the basically pharmaceutical companies, where we make vaccines, where we make vials, where we make injection. So there these HEPA filters are used. Then in air conditioning, there are three things. One is the compressor, second one is the evaporator, third one is the condenser. Condenser circuit, we have got a cooling tower, because from cooling tower the comes to cool your condenser. Then after cooling it goes to once again the heated water goes into again cooling into the cooling tower. Another circuit is from chiller. The outlet of chiller goes to chilled water directly to maybe your machine, or maybe for air handling units, AHUs. From there the air goes to your basically the manufacturing area or maybe your packing area. So, and other than that, there is a in beverages and other factories, basically they use secondary refrigeration like hot well and cold well, where there is a NaCl, calcium chloride, and brine is used. Basically these are the types of brines: sodium chloride, calcium chloride. Alcohol is also one type of brine. So this used to where you require a minus temperature, maybe deep freeze, minus 20, minus 30 degree temperature. There we use a secondary refrigeration. So there we have got ice bag. So a circuit, I will tell you how this circuit works. But what is the difference between vapor absorption system and vapor compression system? So in vapor absorption system, there is no compressor, there is no moving part. So then you ask how it works. So the suction part of compressor is called a observer there, and discharge part is called generator. This is the difference. And there basically steam is required for the basically operations of your air conditioning, because there is no compressor. But you need to see whether vapor compression is good or vapor absorption system is good. But as far as energy compressor is not there, means you will be saving lot of energy, number one. Number two, refrigeration, there is a lithium bromide. So it is NaCl basically, you can say, sodium chloride, namak jo bolte hain. So that is there. So that's why your operating cost of that air conditioning is very cheap, due to there is no compressor, means there is no moving parts, there is no pistons, cylinders, rings. So there is no heating of compressor or something. So you will save in energy, you will save in maintenance also. Number two, refrigeration cost is also very high. So you may be using ammonia, you may be using R11, R12 or R22, depending upon your the refrigerant cost is also high. So that's why operating cost, you need to understand, is very low. But whereas steam is required to operate that one, so steam cost is also somewhere, it is not easy. Yeah, you may be having boiler neck to neck, steam maybe neck to neck, where there is a abundant steam, and maybe you may be using steam through fossil fuels, maybe through biofuels or maybe some other sources, where your steam cost is very low. Not through like fuels like diesel or maybe HSD or maybe furnace oil. If you are operating through some other sources, boiler. So in that case, where your steam cost is low, there you can use vapor absorption system. Got my point? But there is one more limit, is that if you need in minus temperature like 20, 23, you cannot do it from here, this system. Up to 8 to 12 degree or above your water temperature, if you want to maintain 4 to 12 degree or 16 degree, then it is okay. Otherwise, your vapor absorption system will not work there. Other than that, cooling tower also plays very important role. Again, there are different type of cooling towers. So air cooled cooling towers, water cooled air cooling towers. Then what is cooling tower range, cooling tower, these are to calculate efficiency of the cooling tower is also very important. Many times we forget, if you don't clean your fins and all those things. So by heating and cooling, always scale formation takes place. So that's why maintenance of your cooling tower fins is also very important. So now almost all cooling towers are modular, fins are there. So you can just remove box type, just put in. So those are very easy to clean and very easy to maintain it also. So that longer one, very difficult to take out and put it, seat one. So you need to be very careful whenever you are ordering any cooling tower. Is also very important factor, which type of fins you are using and quality of the fins. You need always box type, modular type fins, very important. Number two, if provided, you should have 2 fans in a cooling tower. So why? Especially in North India, in peak summer you may be requiring 2 cooling fans, but whereas in winter it doesn't require 2 fans. In single fans also you can maintain the temperature inside your room. Right. Second advantage is that if sometimes cooling fan motor has burnt out, then you can take out that motor and with one fan you can run your plant. Your maintenance breakdown time will be very less. These are some of the features, because I worked in mostly 25 years. Actually, I got 33 years of experience in food, pharma and engineering industries. But especially, so I know the air conditioning is one of the major, and boiler utilities are very important factor of any process industries. So I am a mechanical engineer, but I have not learnt anything about the air conditioning. But after passed out, so I have read many books, consulted Voltage people, consulted Blue Star, and if you want a very good practical book, you should read P.N. Anantha Narayanan, who has written this book. He was worked in Voltage. So retired, a very beautiful book, very good book. So I will show you, just wait. This book still I am carrying. So P.N. Anantha Narayan. So here complete your practicals. So all type of compressor, all types of waters, enthalpy, and everything is there. So you will become master if you read this book. If you do not know anything in the air conditioning, you will become a master if you are reading these books, and practically you should know this also. So what are the important factor here? Air conditioning. Cooling tower also plays very important role, selection of cooling tower, and balancing valve. So Many people know what is balancing valve also. There are specialists only air conditioning people know what is the balancing valve. What is the importance of that balancing valve? At the time of installation we put that balancing valve and every time we forget that balancing valve. So always in condenser side as well as in chilled water side you will have a balancing valve from the manufacturer. But we do not do anything. Once they install it, nobody bothers about that balancing valve. So every year you need to calibrate basically the water flow required for your condenser and maybe for your chillers. So you need to call them. There is always one inlet line to your balancing valve and outlet valve through which you can correct your manometer, or maybe there is an instrument you can calculate, put it into the circuit, start there. In that valve there are wheel what you call modulation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like steps are there. So on which step you are locked. So on which maybe third or maybe fourth position you are locked. Maybe at that time flow rate may be 1000 liters per hour. May after some time it may increase because due to scaling and this thing you may require. So for which regularly you need to check yearly what is the flow rate of that present system for the condenser and what is required for that. So you need to do the calibration that. So then your efficiency of the chilled water plant will also increase. So otherwise every time maintenance cost will come, high energy will consume. So you did not know, and as well as you can do the maintenance for balancing valve. I will take next topic only especially for balancing valves also. The same way you can do for chilled water connection in the balancing valve. So, most important factor of the balancing valve, then cooling tower maintenance and which type of cooling tower you need and what type of fins you require, and what is cooling tower approach, what is cooling tower range. If you know both the things, and you can calculate the efficiency of the cooling tower, you should know it. By heating and cooling, lot of scaling formation will take place. So when you walk around, many maintenance engineer or engineering manager do not walk around. Maybe they all leave to the operator or maybe third party people are looking at. But there is a float valve in the cooling tower that is bent, always water is flowing outside cooling tower. So there is no control. So maybe sometimes cooling tower water level is very low. So these are the things. So it has to be properly seen. And I will talk about Voltas and Blue Star, which are the best plants in this. And in vapor absorption system, I think Thermax is the number one. Maybe Kirloskar is also making. You need to, when you are putting together, because maintenance cost is very low, initial cost may be more, but where there is a steam produced will be the very less cost. There you can have those things. So anything I left, maybe inside the plant, AHU I have left it, air handling unit. So there are also again what are the filters, pre-filters and absolute filters, and before your inlet to AHU and after outlet to your plant, what are you required, maybe HEPA filters or other filters. So 0.3 micron or what is the filtration system you require, and how many air movements per hour, fresh air how much you require, because that is also very important. So 5%, 2%, otherwise the same smell will come in the cooling room also. So that's why you need to change those air systems also. So very vast subject, and it is very big subject. Air conditioning is also very big. So from your design to your compressor types, to your condenser, then your uh, refrigerant type, to your filtration systems, your clean room application systems. So water treatment plant required for your uh, cooling towers, maybe you require softener plant. So you need to study all those things. I think this is, I covered almost all in air conditioning. If anything is left, maybe cooling tower and other things I may be taking next time. Thank you guys. Please, if you like my channel, please hit the icon button and subscribe my channel also. You will be getting time to time all utilities reviews from engineering stores to belts, bearings, to your air conditioning, waters, compressors. So I got very good response on boiler. So what are the types of boiler? Many people know, but IBR, non-IBR, I'll have to. If you want more detail, I can give a link, or you can go through my channel. My channel name is GMR Technical Innovation. So thank you guys. Thank you so much.